In this lesson, we're looking at finding mean, mode, and median, but this time from a frequency table. So whether it's grouped or ungrouped, we're not just using the raw data, we're using what we have already organized into a frequency. Okay, so this time we've got some new formulas that we need to have a look at because we're changing the symbols that we're using because we have to reflect what's in the frequency table. Straight away, mode, exactly the same. It's the most occurring score. Median, exactly the same, but we're going to apply it differently. And this time it's our mean that's changed. So let's start with our mode, our easiest one. This is our frequency table from before. So straight away, we should be able to find that the mode is the highest frequency. Remember, our F for frequency column is here, and our highest frequency here is 13. So we know that our mode equals 13. Nice and easy. We don't have to do any calculations. We can simply identify it from the table. Now, our median is a bit tricky, and we'll get back to it later, but our mode, our mean has a new column that we need to add for this very purpose. Now, when we just have all the raw data or just the scores, we can add them all up and divide by how many we have. We already know how many we have because we can add up or use our sigma sign to calculate all of them. Our sigma f, or our total frequency, we can add up this whole column, and that's how we know how many scores we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 scores here. That is our sum total there. And at the end, what we're going to do is sum up a new column. And this fx column will be how many we have, or our f value, multiplied by what our actual shoe size is. So for example, if you only had 2 people and they were size 8 and size 8, then you would add them up, get 16 and divide it by 2. Now we're going to do it kind of a shortcut way by doing that as a multiplication sum. We're doing F, or the frequency, times the shoe size. So we've got 2 times 8, and we know that is 16. We've got 2 times 9, and that is 18. So what we're doing is a shortcut way of actually adding them all together. We've got 2 times 10, which is 20. We've got 2 times 11, which is 22. 1 12 is simply 12. 3 13s is 39. We've got 0 here and 15. So we can actually just get out our calculator and add them all up. So 16 plus 18 plus 20 plus 22 plus 12 plus 39, and we can add a 15 in there. So we've got 142 is our total of all of those FX scores. So when we come to do our mean, if we scroll up again, we can see it's the same symbol as we've had before. Our mean now is our sigma FX, or our total value of all the scores added together, divided by our total of frequency, or the number of scores we have. Essentially, it's the same formula as before, but we're using different symbols to represent what's in the table. So our EFX is 142 divided by 13. So I can actually just get my calculator out and do that. And we have 10.9. Now, because we only had shoe sizes in whole numbers, what we can do is say that that is approximately equal to 11. All right, so that is from our shoe size table. We can do the exact same thing here, but we need to go back first of all and add some information in to actually get our median. All right, so I've done a bit of deleting so that we can add some new things in. In order to find our median, we need to be able to keep track of how many scores we're up to. So we add a new column in, and that column is called CF, or cumulative frequency. We are accumulating how many scores we've had. So it kind of joins in with the F column because we are tallying these up as you go. So to start with, in this first row, we're only up to 2 scores. We've had an 8 and an 8. Now we've had a 9 and a 9. We are up to 4 scores. And we can keep going. We just have to keep adding in how many each row has in the frequency. So our 4 plus another 2 will be 6. Plus another 2 will be 8, plus 1 will be 9, plus 3 will be 12. We aren't adding anything here, so it will stay as a 12. And then we add in another one and we get 13. Now this number is our cumulative frequency, CF. And what that is, it should actually match this here because it should match the total number of things that we already have. Okay, so we can see we've done ours correctly because we have 13 and we knew we had 13 scores over here. So now that we know what our cumulative frequency is, we can find our median. Now remember, our median was n plus 1 over 2 score. All right, so a bit of shortcut here because we can't fit all the working in. We have n, which is 13, plus 1 will be 14. So our 14 divided 2, we are looking for our 7th score. And this time we can just have a look in our table. Now this has got score 1 and 2, this row, the size 8s. When we go to the size 9, we've got the 3rd and 4th score. Now we've got the 5th and 6th score in 10, and now we've got the 7th and 8th score. Remember, we are looking for the 7th score, so we can say our 7th score, or our median, is a size 11. Okay, so that's how we can do it in a ungrouped frequency table.